So think about the 17th Amendment 100 years ago, and that was the beginning of the progressive movement, and here's a good example of where it worked for them. So it's a progressive state at this point.
Yeah.
You know, when you look at that though,
A liberal and a progressive.
when you look at that though, Snyder had no coattails. Nor did anybody else. The Attorney General had no coattails. Nobody. How many people that were Republicans, voted for Republicans, voted against them?
Obviously,
Think about
a
it.
lot of people were splitting their ticket or just not voting straight Republican ticket, right?
Yeah.
Everybody was picking and choosing where they wanted to vote. Yeah, we're going to talk about that. Yes.
Gary, I had a neighbor that's always been Republican, and she was not going to this time because she wanted her son to get health care. And a lot of, when I did door knocking, a lot thought Terry Lynn Land would repeal Obamacare.
Oh my God, that's why they voted against it.
Well,
That's a hoping, right?
there were some very effective ads, unfortunately, making it look like she would take away an awful lot of people's benefits. Right. I'm sure they were highly distorted, but they worked, and I think that was a big piece of the campaign. Same thing. I get nephews and stuff up through the front area, and nieces and nephews. And it was the talk on the street was brutal.
And I would think Gary Peters is a weak candidate too.
Yep.
Yeah.
I mean,
You know, we've blown 2 weak candidates in a row.
yeah,
I mean, Stapanel, you can find a rock outside smarter than her.
right. Yeah, she's got a 0% score. Yes, sir.
At the Macomb Lincoln dinner, I said to Terry Lynn, Terry, remember 3 things: Obamacare, Obamacare, Obamacare. She said, well, nobody cares about Obama anymore. He's not getting votes.
What did she say?
She said that when I told her 3
Yeah.
things, Obamacare, 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 she said, oh, nobody cares about Obama anymore. It's not swinging votes.
She was just a wrong candidate.
When I was at the Republican convention, Michigan Republican Convention in Novi back in August, precinct delegate, things were kind of winding down, and she was coming through. I was just kind of standing there, and she was kind of coming through with her little entourage. And I've been trying to, I mentioned at our meetings, I've been always trying to invite her to one of our meetings to come and speak, all through the summer months and so on. So when I saw her, I stepped up, stuck my hand out, and I said, Miss Land, I said, I introduced myself, told her who I was. I said, love to have you come speak to our group. I said, we're a good patriotic group. We work hard for our candidates. Love to have you. And she says, well, speak to my staff member. Okay, so I gave the staff member, we exchanged the cards. And we emailed back and forth, but nothing ever happened. And I don't know, I could be wrong, but I don't think she spoke to really one Tea Party group in the whole state. And why be afraid of a Tea Party group? Or don't even call us a Tea Party, call us just patriots willing to go to work for a candidate that we believe in. And we even stood out on a corner, Mary Ann and Judy arranged a protest, and Pat and Karen against Gary Peters. It wasn't so much that when I was standing there, I wasn't so much for Terry Lynn Land as I was against Gary Peters holding the sign. It wasn't like I was woohoo Terry, So it was more against Peters than Terry Lynn Land. And I think a lot of people might have thought that.
Gary, don't you think it was a bad candidate to put out anyway? I think we must have had somebody better than her.
Sure.
We did?
Nobody stepped up though.
Yeah,
Oh,
she
yeah.
was, but I
Who was
think
pushed
we had
aside?
a better candidate
Rob
to go
Steele.
against Peters.
Yeah.
He was pushed aside.
I blame the Republican Party.
Her ads were terrible, and his were pretty good. His ads were all fluffy. It wasn't anything about Obamacare. It was about puppies and
Puppy,
wolves.
he got the puppy photo.
Yeah, I know. It's such a lie.
You know,
That's what people see, that's what they know.
Frank Luntz from Fox News, Frank Luntz, he's a pollster. And was it the day of the elections, or day before the elections? He was on Fox News, and he was giving the worst campaign commercials and the best.
It was Terry.
And Terry Lindland drinking the coffee where she didn't say anything for like 10 seconds. And, you know, because Peters was accusing her of the war on women. And he says that was one of the worst campaigns and commercials. And he says, it was after. He says that's probably one of the reasons she lost. You know, it's all in the campaign. And you know how he has those little dials. And even a lot of GOP people just thought that was horrible as far as that commercial goes. So you really got to market yourself. And